Okay, we're working on the product workshop, and this time we're gonna try to solve a quadratic function. It's a quadratic function because we can see that there's an x squared in here. So the step one, as usual, is trying to the table of values. Okay, so for the table of values, you're gonna have to create something like this. You're gonna put x on one side and y on the other side. Now, because this is a quadratic equation, we're not gonna follow the -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 process. No, we're not gonna do that. We need to figure out first what is the vertex, and the vertex is gonna be the number that's gonna be in the middle. So to figure out what's the vertex, we're gonna have to use this formula. Okay. For the x of the vertex, we're gonna call it xv. The formula we're gonna use is this one, minus b divided by 2a. That's the formula for finding the x of the vertex. What is b and what is a? Those are the numbers, or the coefficients, in other words, of the formula. The first number that is the companion of x squared is the a. There is no number here, but it's because it's an invisible one. Okay, so it's like if we're saying that letter A will be 1. Letter B will be the next number, which is -2. And the final number, we call it C. Okay, it's like basically we have A in here, we have B, and we have C. Okay, so A, B, and C are those numbers. So in this case, A will be 1 and B will be -2. So I'm going to follow the formula, and I'm going to put negative because there's a minus B in here, so I'm going to put the minus, and then I'm going to put B. Which number is B? B is -2, so I'm going to have to put -2. So people might think, okay, I already put the negative. No, that negative is the minus of the formula. I need to put also -2. So I'm going to use parentheses to put -2. Okay. The minus of the formula and the minus of the number. Under the line, I'm going to put 2 times a. Remember that a is 1 in this case. And let's do these operations. Minus and minus will be positive. 2 times 1 is 2. And if we divide 2 divided by 2, will be 1. Okay, so the x of the vertex is this number 1. Okay. Okay, so that's the number we're gonna put on the table of values. Okay, in here we're gonna put in the middle the vertex. Okay, so I'm gonna put 1 in here, and I'm gonna use kind of like the same color to make you understand that the one we get here is the one that we're gonna put in here. Okay, once we put the vertex, it's easy to find the other numbers. You just need to think which numbers go behind 1 and which numbers go after 1. After 1 we have 2 and 3, right? Now behind 1 we have 0 and minus 1. So those will be the numbers that we're going to use. Okay. So now that we have the table of values complete, we're going to have to start finding the values for letter y. For that, we're going to use the formula of the exercise as usual. Okay. We're going to copy the formula and we're going to substitute the numbers that we have in here instead of the x's. Okay. So let me color this thing and let's begin. Okay. So the first number is minus 1. So I'm going to copy this thing, and instead of x I'm going to put minus 1. Okay, minus 1 inside parentheses. Okay, minus 2, instead of the x I'm going to put minus 1, minus 8. Okay. You know, this is basically just changing the x with minus 1 inside parentheses. Okay, so let's start working the operations. Minus 1 squared will be minus 1 times minus 1. So you're multiplying minus twice, so minus and minus will be plus, and 1 times 1 will be 1. Now this one, minus 2 times minus 1. Double minus is plus, and 2 times 1 is 2. The minus 8 I just copy it. Then 1 plus 2, 3. 3 minus 8, negative 5. Yes? So my answer for the first number would be negative 5. Now I'm going to copy the formula again. And I'm going to work with 0 now. Okay. So not with minus 1, but with 0. Okay. So 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 8. And f0 will be 0 squared is 0 times 0, 0. Minus 2 times 0 is 0. Okay? You could put minus 0 or you could put plus 0, it doesn't matter. And you copy minus 8. And then 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 minus 8, negative 8. Okay? So that will be the answer for the next number. Now I'm going to work with 1. Okay. So I'm going to work on the other side. There's plenty of space in here to work with. So I'm going to copy the formula, and I'm going to put, instead of x, I'm going to put positive 1. Minus 2, 1, minus 8. So f1 will be 1 times 1, 1. Minus 2 times 1, minus 2. Minus 8. Okay, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Okay, negative 1 minus 8 will be negative 9. So that will be the answer for the next number. I copy the formula again. You notice that's basically what we have to do in each one of the steps. Remember that we're not using calculator, so you have to do this process manually. You're going to have to use mental math. Okay, after 1 I have number 2, that's the one I'm going to work with it. Instead of the x I'm going to put positive 2 inside parentheses. Okay, so 2 squared will be 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 2 times 2 will be minus 4. I copy minus 8. Okay. And 4 minus 4 is 0, 0 minus 8, negative 8. So that will be the answer for x equals 2. And we are just missing the last one. We're going to change the x with number 3. So f of 3 is 3 squared minus 2 times 3 minus 8. Now I'm going to copy this. 3 squared is 3 times 3, that will be 9. Minus 2 times 3 will be minus 6. And negative 8, you just copy it, minus 8. Yep. Then we're just gonna perform the operations. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So that will be the answer for that exercise. Okay. You can see that there's kind of like a mirror pattern. Okay. We call this effect symmetry. Symmetry means that you kind of have like the same amounts or the same positions or numbers, and there's kind of like a middle point that is like the point where things start reflecting. We call that thing symmetry. That's why this point is important. It always goes on the center. Okay. But depending on the points that we use, we're not gonna get like a symmetry in here always. But on the drawing, once you see the graph, you're gonna see that there's always symmetry. That is something that quadratic functions they have symmetry. You're gonna see it once we do step number 2, but that's basically what we're gonna do in this video. Step 1, and the next video we're gonna continue with the other steps.